Don't believe everything you think. Why your thinking is the beginning and end of suffering. How long are you going to keep holding on to the story you don't want to keep reliving? Chapter 2: The Root Cause of Suffering. We live in a world of thought, not reality. Philosopher Sydney Banks once said, "Thought is not reality, yet it is through thought that our realities are created." What he means by this is that each of us lives through our own perception of the world, which is vastly different from that of the person next to us. For example, you could be sitting in a coffee shop having an existential crisis, completely stressed out of your mind about how you have no idea what you're doing with your life, while at the same time the person next to you is happily enjoying their freshly brewed drink and peacefully people watching. You are both in the same coffee shop, smelling the same aromas, surrounded by the same strangers, but how the world looks to each of you couldn't be more different. Many of us go through the same events in exactly the same locations at the same time, yet we are having radically different experiences of the world. This is what I mean when I say that we live in a world of thought and not reality. Reality is what's happening right now. It is the objective circumstance that is occurring without any meaning or judgment attached to it. And so what we experience is not reality itself, but our perception of reality. Any meaning or thinking we give something is self-created and our choice. Here's another example. If you walk up to 100 different people and ask each of them what money means to them, how many different answers do you think you'll get? Money has a technical definition, but it means something different to each of us. Depending on who you are, money could mean time, freedom, opportunity, security, and peace of mind. Or it could mean evil, greed, and the basis for crimes. There are no right or wrong answers here, but the meaning we give something is the filter through which we see life. Just imagine how many answers you'll get if you ask 100 people their opinions on the current president. Even though it's the same person we are talking about, you'll get quite a few different answers because we all have different beliefs we are projecting onto what we're observing. This is where we return to the idea of the two arrows, pain and suffering. It's not the events that happen in our lives, but our interpretation of them that causes us to feel good or bad. This is how people in developing countries can be happier than people in developed countries, and how people in developed countries can be more miserable than people in developing countries. Our feelings come not from external events, but from our own thinking about the events. Let's hypothetically say that you really hate your job and that it causes you an enormous amount of stress. It pains you to even set foot in the building where you work, and just thinking about your job makes you anxious. Even when you're at home with your family, sitting on a sofa and watching a TV show together, you are completely occupied thinking about how miserable your job makes you. Everyone else on that sofa is having a good time except for you. At this moment, the rest of your family is having an experience of life that is different from yours, even though the same event, watching TV, is happening for all of you. Just thinking about work is creating a whole different perception of reality for you, even though you are not physically at work. If it were true that external events are solely responsible for internal feelings, then you would be a happy camper in your living room. enjoying the moment every time you watch a funny TV show with your loved ones. But that's not the case.